For he shall deliver the needy when he crieth, the poor also, and him that hath no helper. Psalm 72, verse 12. Solomon's prayer makes a sharp turn here. After describing universal dominion, prostrate enemies, and tribute-bearing kings from every corner of creation, the psalm narrows its focus to a single figure, the needy man who cries out. This is the reason the righteous king rules, not to accumulate tribute, not to extend borders. He rules so that the man with no helper receives deliverance. The word "for" connects verse 12 to verse 11. All kings fall down, and all nations serve, because this king delivers the needy. The universal submission of verse 11 rests on the character described in verse 12. A king worthy of all nations' obedience is a king who hears the cry of the man nobody else will hear. Three descriptions stack on top of each other: the needy who cry out, the poor who lack resources, and those who have no one in court who will speak on his behalf. The ancient world ran on patronage and connections. Without someone above you willing to speak for you, justice remained out of reach. This king reaches past every system of human connection and delivers the man who arrives with nothing but his cry. He shall spare the poor and needy, and shall save the souls of the needy. Psalm 72, verse 13. Solomon adds depth to the king's character by pairing two actions, sparing and saving. To spare the poor and needy means the king does not use his power against them. Kings in the ancient world crushed the poor to fund their courts and wars. This king withholds that crushing and instead spares his people. But sparing is not enough. The king also saves the souls of the needy. Souls here carries the full person. It refers to life itself, not a spiritual component. The king saves their actual lives, their existence, their capacity to breathe and eat and stand upright. The righteous king does not leave the poor alone. He reaches into their situation and pulls them out. This verse points to Christ, who does not ignore human misery, but entered into it. He does not spare himself in order to spare the needy. He gives himself so that the souls of the needy might be saved. The pattern Solomon prays for in his king finds its complete expression in the one who says in Luke 4, verse 18, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He shall redeem their soul from deceit and violence, and precious shall their blood be in his sight." Psalm 72, verse 14. Solomon identifies two instruments that destroy the poor: deceit and violence. Deceit operates in the courts and markets, where false weights, crooked contracts, and dishonest testimony strip the poor of what little they hold. Violence operates in the streets and fields, where the powerful take by force what deceit cannot reach. The poor are caught between both, with no legal remedy and no physical protection. The righteous king redeems their soul from both. Redemption carries the language of purchase, of paying a price to recover what was lost or taken. The king does not just punish the oppressor, he recovers the person, restoring what was stripped away by deceit and force. The last declaration is the most striking. Their blood is precious in his sight. In the ancient world, the blood of the poor was cheap. Their deaths produced no consequences, no investigations, no mourning among the powerful. This king sees differently. Every life, regardless of its social significance, carries value in his eyes.